What's going on, folks? Thank you so much for joining me here on TLP Sports Club. Guys, you are watching TLP Live. This is the show on the YouTube channel, TLP Sports Club, which is the Liberian perspective. I'm Liberian straight out the gate. Listen, I go by the name of Harry B. The B means billion. Collusion? What collusion? Fourth string? What fourth string? What are you talking about? I have no idea. They keep trying to sell us a story, and they want us to keep paying attention. I'm like, no, thank you. I'm all right. I'm going to be all right, okay? Stop playing with me. I got a lot to talk about today. I'm pulling up on you just kind of out of the blue. I'm going to pull up. We're going to talk. You know, we got a lot to talk about. Before we do that, though, after these messages, we'll talk about that.
BWB, bandwagon bust.
That's right. It's your man's Harry Billion. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I got to go ahead and get into this video real quick. So that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. Football season is here. It is here. Whether you're watching the high schools take the field, or today's Friday, August the 22nd, tomorrow, Saturday, August the 23rd, college football begins, and we will all be enthroned into the football season, and husbands and wives got to figure it out. But here we are. It's football season. Americans, countrymen, gentlemen, some women, lend me your ear. Be easy. Well, let's go. Welcome to the show, guys. Hey, man, look, I know that a lot of y'all are at work. I'm pulling up at a weird time, but I felt like, you know, if you got the studio, the lights, you paid your light bill, and you can pull up anytime you want to pull up on your peoples, then pull up. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm pulling up on my people so that we can talk about some things. I want to start the show off today by doing a live letter to certain people. I want to reason with you, and I want you to reason with me. I know sometimes, I could have done this in a singular video, like the reaction video that I put out last night. It's doing pretty well. Appreciate you guys that watched the reaction video. I actually wanted to do this in a singular video because I wanted you to take the time and sit with this. But, man, just like that daggone reaction video, the editing is, I got a lot to do, right? I'm a busy man, right? And the editing takes so long, and the process is like, So it's easier for me to just go live, get it out the way, and then just leave and let you deal with it. I'm a busy man. So I have a live letter to my friends and foes, and those friends and foes and those who just, I think, don't get it. I don't know if they get it and they don't want to understand it, but I'm going to say this one more time, and I want to put this on the record. I want to just put this out there because I want it to be on a video that people can either go back and watch and just keep hearing it, and then just sit with it for a little bit. And here goes the letter. Dear friends, family, foes, et al. ETAL, with the little squiggly line. Football people, those who know and those who don't know. Here it goes. See, we keep hearing this thing. When Shedeur got to Cleveland, John Shaft, what up with you? You are the first. You get the prize for today. Ding, 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 whatever prize that is. Your prize is you actually get to give me a like, a share, and a comment. That's the prize of the day. I don't know what kind of prize that is. That is not American. That must be an African prize. But yeah. So here it goes, guys. I want to see if this is rational. Y'all tell me, talk back to me, okay? Whether you're watching this live like John Shaft, all right? Whether you're watching this live or you're actually going to you're watching this post live, and you know what I'm saying, and you can talk to me. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me if this sounds rational or if maybe they are right. I know that they're not right, but tell me if this is rational enough. All right? Ron, you sure you typing the right thing in there? You know, Ron, the old man is in the wrong chat. You know I'm with you, sweetheart. Wrong person, Ron Tate. Anyways, here we go. He forgot to press send on the first person. He's like, oh shoot, Harry B's on. Let me go say hi to my mans in them. Send. Oops. I know that sweetheart was not for me, bro. Old age can be wicked to some people, boy. I tell you. Okay, let's go. Technology be messing some people up. All right. Hey, thanks, Ron Tate, for that that early. I think my soul needed that. So here it goes. Tell me if this is rational. All right. And later on, I'll put the invite up and you can come on the show. But let me get this monologue out. So we've heard this thing. Shedeur Sanders, why would you want him to start? Right? Why would you want rookies don't get reps? Why would you want Shedeur Sanders to start? The Cleveland Browns are not a great team. Why in the world would you want Shedeur Sanders to start? It's not customary for rookies to start yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Here is my rational thoughts. Bear with me. I'm going somewhere with this. I wanted to do this in a video like I told you, but I'm doing it live, so I got to get my thoughts together so that I can make sure I deliver this directly to the people that needs to get this. So you asked the question, why would you want Shedeur Sanders to start? Why would you want him to, you want him to sit and learn, and then they keep saying the same thing over, they keep telling us the same thing, trying to get us to change our minds as if we as the fans of Shedeur Sanders are going to change our minds. You keep saying the same thing over and over again, and you're hoping that you're going to get a different result. That sounds like something. If you keep saying the same thing or doing the same thing and hoping that you will get a different result or response from us, that sounds insane to me. That's the definition of insanity. But here we go. Why in the world would you want Shedeur Sanders to start? He's a rookie. Rookies don't get snaps. Rookies don't get reps. Rookies don't do this. Rookies don't do that. All right. I got Bo Nix. I got Jaden Daniels. And I think the way things are going, Cam Ward is going to start. And then you can kind of fill in the quarterbacks that has started in their rookie seasons. Jackson Dart is getting first team reps with my New York Giants. And the boys line it up. He's doing well. Very well. Huh? The triple touchdowns. He's feeding W's to his teammates. I say all of that to say that while you keep telling us, Shedeur fans, why would you want Shedeur to start? Why would you want Shedeur to start? He shouldn't start. Rookies don't start. Why are you expecting them to start? Yada, yada, yada. Peter Investor, what up with you? There is something that you want to say and you're not saying it. I'm going to get to that real soon. But follow me. So those rookies, those guys that just came from college, I'm going to give you the names again. I want you to pay attention and please let this sink in. I'm doing this live. If I did this in a video, it'll be a little different because I will have time to edit it, make it, you know what I'm saying, use my wit, do everything I would do and have time to repeat things. But since I'm doing the live, give me time to fester and let me marinate in this. Cam Ward, if everything goes the way that it's going to go, he's going to start for his team. First team reps, he's getting those. I got to slow this down for the people all the way in the back seat. First team reps. Jackson Dart, first team reps. Not starting, but first team reps. He just came from college. Remember Archo? Right before the draft. Remember him coming on what's the name with his iPad and saying, Jackson Dart came out of nowhere. This is Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders were being talked about as the two leading candidates. Shedeur Sanders and his family, they dressed up a room because they wanted to have that party, that special, party, that commemoration of his draft, what I'm saying, in his first round pick that never came. Right. It was just two of them, the two best quarterbacks in the league. And then out of nowhere, Archo. Jackson Dart is great. Let me show you why Jackson Dart is great. Look at this Dart right here. Remember that Jackson Dart? He's with my New York Giants. He was picked before Shedeur Sanders. When he was picked, he had this moment like, what? Me? Yeah, you Jackson Dart, you are going before Shedeur Sanders. Why did he do that? He did that because he knew what everybody was saying. And for him to be picked before Shedeur Sanders, now keep in mind, this was like at a point where everybody's like, wow, oh, Shedeur didn't go? Oh, wow, right? Like I said, I'm doing this live, so y'all got to give me time to marinate in this because I want to answer these people, and I want to answer them once and for all. And if it comes back up, hey, my studio lights bills are paid. You feel me? I can come up in here, turn the lights on, put my microphone on, let's go anytime I want. It's like 3:45 in the afternoon. I started like 3:30 something. Like I was like, look, you know what I'm saying? I was like, look, I can just pull up on my people anytime I want. So I'll come right back on here. We'll talk about it again. But today, I want to address these people. Why do you want him to start? Rookies don't start. Why would y'all want Shedeur? Y'all don't know anything about football. Y'all don't know anything about football. Y'all are stupid. Idiots. Dummies. Y'all don't know anything about football. Rookies don't start. You seen the comments? I've seen the comments. And you got to understand the position I'm in. When you're in a position where you're a content creator, right? Some of y'all maybe read some of the comments, but I get everything. My notifications are on because the way that you win on YouTube is for you to engage with your audience. Good or bad, doesn't matter. And you better be nice to even the people who are trying to be mean on purpose. You got to be nice. So I get all the comments, and especially if you're getting videos that are going viral. I've had at least 3 videos go viral this month or last month or whatever month this is, okay? I've had at least 3 viral videos, 100,000 views plus 90,000 views. So when you have that many videos, 145,000, 160,000, close to 200,000 views. When you have that many views, it gets into the stratosphere or it goes out there, and then you get people who've never seen you before, and they're coming with their venom. That's why you better be careful with success. You thinking you want success? You better be careful because what comes with it, you better be ready for it. So a lot of people are coming to the channel. A lot of people are around here, and it's reminiscent of what we've heard before, but now it's getting more vicious. People are now like, they're saying stuff that I'm like, that is rubbing me off wrong. And I'm like, all right, man, I got to talk to these people. I'm going to get to the collusion thing from Eric Dickerson in a second. But I want you to hear this for a specific reason. Because there's people around here that I got to protect. I got to protect my people. Because for some odd reason, y'all know more about football than a lot of us. You know, that game you play that's a pigskin made up of an oblong ball made up of pigskin. That game that Eddie Murphy told us about from the New York Giants long time ago in Coming to America. That game, a lot of y'all feel like y'all know it way better than a lot of us around here. So in the comment section, we're always being told that we don't know what the heck we're talking about. And you just happen to know everything. So we're going to talk about it today. Rookies don't get snaps. Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix. I can keep going on and on and on. All right? So I can keep going. Those are rookies. The conversation morphs into something different when you bring up those names. It's like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I had all this video I had laid out already. I was going to use the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the cover. And I was going to put Shedeur right there with somebody being in. I had it all figured out. But here it goes. Just because I'm lazy and I didn't want to edit. I probably would have gotten a lot of views on that video too. But it is what it is. We're going to deal with it right now. So those are rookies. This thing morphs into something different. The second you use those names, then the conversation moves a little bit. It goes to this place, and this is what they really want to say. Because once you dismantle the premise, the concept of rookies don't get snaps, they don't get first team reps, fifth rounders don't get snaps, they don't do X, Y, and Z. Once you dismantle that argument, the conversation has to go somewhere because it's sports barbershop talk. So it goes to this place. We better talk about it right now. Oh, but man, if you are not a sports fan, I just got into the college sports fan. I used to watch sports by myself and my friends sometimes, but I've never been in a community where I've had to actually literally just verbal gymnastics, where I've had to really talk about this, and then being a content creator where I correlate. I forget the word. Where is Peter? Where's that white guy that's always trying to be racist and stuff and then telling me it was regress? Tell me what word I'm thinking about. But I have to lead conversations here. I've never been in a community like this before, and everything matters. Words matter. It's like a rap battle in the barbershop. It ain't about being factual. It's all about making sure that you're throwing the jab at the right time to the right people, getting the right laughs, and then bada boom, bada bang, and then you go away feeling like you did something. But I'm addressing it today. Rookies don't get snaps. Rookies don't get reps. Rookies don't da. Cam Ward, Bo Nix, Jackson Dart. I can keep going now. I'm just trying to give you names that you recognize to move the conversation over. All right? Jaden Daniels with the Washington Commanders started. So I have examples of rookies, actual rookies, meaning they just came from college. They took everything from their dorm room, moved it over to like an expensive house or an apartment or somewhere to play football, and they're starting. How can that be? What? Those are rookies. Somebody said I didn't know anything about football because rookies don't get playing time. Rookies are supposed to hold the clipboard. Rookies are supposed to do this. Rookies can't do this. You're stupid. You don't know nothing about no football. But those are rookies. And then the conversation moved us here. But when it gets to that place, this is what they really want to say. But that was a first rounder. Woo! But he was a first rounder. But he's actually good. We've arrived at what they really want to say. What some of these people are really trying to say is Shedeur isn't that good anyway. That's what it really boils down to. Like if you just say that, then you and I can move the conversation to where we can actually share facts. But you get into this place where you're going back and forth. Sometimes, like I said, I'm older now. I'm on the closer side to 50, not quite 50 yet. So my fingers are feeling a little tired when you have to text and you have to type and you're trying to do your best to like give as much jabs as you can give and you don't have a microphone. It's so much harder. And the conversation gets so tough because you get so angry or you get so frustrated because you keep talking, you're giving facts, you're trying your best not to be angry, or you're trying your best not to be disrespectful to the person you're talking about. While in the meantime, they're disrespecting you, testing your knowledge, saying you ain't crap. I was about to say the S word. Saying you ain't this and you ain't that. While you're trying to give them facts, and the facts don't matter, it's like they are a Trump supporter. Facts don't matter. Kim Ward, Jackson Dart. I'm not saying he's starting. Jackson Dart is about first team reps. He's in a process. He's with the organization that is doing things the correct way. You see what you got. You give them the first team, and you just see what they got. That's it. And that's my New York Giants. That's it. You just give them what you're supposed to give them, and you see what they got. That's it. Plain, simple. Jaden Daniels. When we get the Jaden Daniels, when we get the Cam Ward, oh, man, that thing comes out. That's when it comes out, and you start like, But they were first rounders. But Jaden Daniels, you see what he did? Heisman Trophy. Man, he took the Redskins to the Commanders, the Commanders to the Cam Ward was number 1 overall. So I said, okay. So then what it really means is, guys, what it really means when you get caught in that argument, I'm going to help somebody out here. Who was the Giants QB? You know who the Giants QB is. Jackson Dart is going to be the future, but they're testing out 2 other black guys to be our quarterbacks. But they're just rentals. So Wild Dog, what up with you? I'm not going to say that name. When you kill that conversation, it gets to this place where they start telling you really what they really mean. Because the whole argument, and like I said, I'm going to help somebody out here. Maybe I'm going to try to help you to preserve your energy, because I'm talking about it so that I can help you to save your energy. What these people really want to say is not necessarily about Cleveland Browns offensive line not being good. It ain't about the fact that Cleveland Brown doesn't have a really good team overall. So their excuses are, you want Shedeur to wait and back somebody up because he's a rookie, he can learn and right? But when it comes to Cam Ward, they don't make that argument. When it came to Jalen Daniels, they didn't make that argument. When it came to all these other quarterbacks, they're not making those same arguments. So I've come to this conclusion that really, when we get to Cam Ward and Jalen Daniels and those other quarterbacks that were first rounders, when they say, but I said I knew what I was actually doing with you. I'm baiting you. I'm trying to draw out of you what I already know that you're already thinking. You're just not going to say it. But I'm trying to get you to realize your flaw or your bias to Shedeur because you're not saying it. And I'm trying to get you to understand where you are and just say it. You don't think he's good enough. Point blank, period. That's it. This has nothing to do with the fact that the Cleveland Browns don't have a good offensive line. Shedeur Sanders did not have a good offensive line in Colorado. What is the difference? Faster men, tougher men, bigger men, taller men? You said the same thing when he came from Jackson State. All I'm doing is baiting you. You don't even know I'm baiting you. I'm so good at it. All I'm doing is just drawing you in. I got that bait on the hook, and I'm just drawing. Every question is that. Boom, boom, blah, blam. Like, okay, just say it. I know what you want to say. Because these are quarterbacks that are drafted in the NFL. If you did not want to play football, then why are you in the draft? If football is too dangerous for you and you're trying to protect Shedeur and saying that Shedeur is he's such a delicate flower, we do not want to get him hurt. Why would you want him to start? Why is he playing football? You do understand that week 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 7, by the time we get to 17, that offensive line is not going to change. You do understand that, right? So if he was to play in week number 5, that will be the same offensive line that you did not want him to start on. And I'm just trying to let you know you're biased and you don't even know it. You don't know it. You're so-called masking it as protecting Shedeur. But there ain't nothing to protect. They're all in the NFL. It's an NFL team. Just as fast as those running backs, just as fast as those linebackers are, your first team offensive line should be just as fast to stop them. So it doesn't matter what team you're on. I showed you on a graphic a couple of lives ago about the PFF graphic that showed you where the New York Giants offensive line falls in below the Cleveland Browns offensive line. Ain't nobody trying to protect Jackson Dart. If he starts, he starts. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you to see your bias. Because when we're having conversations and we just want to move football conversation down the road, not get stuck on the drama of Shedeur, not get stuck on the drama of the drive slide dance. We're going to get to Eric Dickerson in a second, and he's going to tell you about how he got a source that told him that Shedeur shouldn't have been drafted. We're going to revisit that. Yes, we will. But I just wanted to tell you that you have a bias. You have a spot, you know what I'm saying, a blind spot that you're not looking at, and it's bias, and you don't even see it. And I'm looking dead at you, and I'm telling you, you have a blind spot. And it's because of us. It's because you don't like us. You see, you have that human ability, that human thing inside of you where when there's a lot of people supporting something, you want to go against the grain, and you're like trying to find the holes, you know what I'm saying, the different pores. You want to find the different holes to try to plug in those holes because you're like, there's no way everybody's liking this dude. There must be something wrong here. So let me find the holes, and you happen to be that person, and you are stuck in that, and you don't even see it. I'm helping a lot of people here today. I'm helping you who's going to have the argument that's on the Shedeur side. And I'm also trying to help you who have the bias, but you don't see it. It's a blind spot for you. I'm helping a lot of people here today. So that when we get into these arguments, I want you to see, at least start the conversation in honest, start where your blind spot is, so that once you say, well, I don't think that he's that good or he's good at all, then we can start the conversation. But it's frustrating when you have a bias and you don't know you have a bias and you keep arguing the same thing, thinking that I'm going to change my mind. I'm not. Shedeur Sanders is a first-round draft pick. That's how it was. In the history of the draft, you're trying to sit here and tell me that everybody that had him on their board was wrong? Come on, man. Where you at, bro? Oh, you're trying to protect him. You're stupid. You don't know anything about football. I'm addressing you today. And I'll address you again if I have to. These lights are on. Praise God, they're paid. And I want to thank everybody that's been sending me your Cash App. Thank you so much. You've paid so many bills around here. Thank you. Gosh, those were helpful. Because this show, in order to keep this show free, those Cash App be coming through, bro. Right there on your screen. $ TLP Sports Club. $ TLP Sports Club. Thank you, everybody that's been blessing me. I'm trying to tell you, closed mouths don't get fed, but I need it because this is what I need to keep this show free. So I don't have to go out there and go do another thing and not be with you when I need you, when you need me, to explain stuff like this. But I wanted to have this conversation maybe once and for all, or maybe just not. But I want you to let you know that football is football. The players go into football knowing that you can get your head knocked off. The Damar, if his name Damar or whatever his name is, with the Buffalo Bills, they know that when you can get hit and you can lose your life or come close to losing your life. Every football player knows the risks of football. The parents know the risk all the way from Pee-wee up to the pros. They all know the risk. So what is it that you're trying to protect when it comes to Shedeur, when you keep saying, rookies, why should you want him to start? Why do you want him to play? Yada, yada, yada. Yo, look, if he's a backup, I don't have no problem with Shedeur being a backup, by the way. But that's not the argument. See, when you're in these arguments and you don't have a way out, you say one thing, they're just waiting for you to say that one thing, and bada boom, and then the argument will go in a direction you will never get it back. So I'm trying to tell you, I don't mind him being a backup, by the way. That is the scenario we're in, so I accept it, and I'm good with that. But I'm trying to tell you another scenario that I'm trying to say, hey, man, cut it out. Stop it. You don't know more about football than anybody around here, especially those who know about football. I have to protect the ones that don't really care about football that much. They're here for their nephew. The machete and the Bible. Give me a second. The aunties, I'm sorry, I don't have a machete, but the aunties that got the Bible and the machete, there's a few of them amongst us that ain't here for the football. They'll enjoy it if they have to. But they're here for their nephew, Shedeur Sanders. So, yes, there are people amongst us that don't know about football, but don't you get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. It ain't a lot of them. We can carry our Bible and we can carry our machete. Tell me if you want the word or if you want me to cut you, because I'll do both. Stop playing with me, son. You ain't the only one that knows football. Cut it out. Cut it all the way out. Stop playing with me. I'm tired of the condescending comments, notes. Oh, y'all stupid. Y'all don't know anything about football. Why do you want him to start? Cam Ward, Jackson Dart if he starts, Bo Nix with the Denver Broncos, Jaden Daniels with the Commanders, all freshmen, all newcomers. Oh, they have a better O-line. Who cares? They got better receivers. Who cares? Who the heck cares? Who cares? whether see the argument, I just sit back when I'm in those arguments. I sit back and I laugh and I say, "You're so naive." I say you're so naive because you're like, "Oh, he should start." The second you say he should start in the fifth week, I said, "Well, what does that mean that the O-line gets better in the 5th week?" Oh man, that's something about football that I didn't know. Gee whiz. Oh wow. So what you're telling me is, gosh, you're telling me that football changes week from week. The guys get better. No, it doesn't. The guy gets worse because they get hurt. So maybe your O-line may get dwindled because they get nicked up. They're in the trenches, so those are the guys that are going to get hurt fast because they got their bruises, their fingers, and people are scratching at them, so they get hurt. And you may not have your first team out there for that long. So by week number 5, you may have 1 or 2 starters not even on that line because they get hurt quickly. Because they're the ones that down, sir. They're right there. Some of the outside guys, the wide receivers and the other guys, the running backs, maybe, everybody gets hurt, but I'm just saying, they can run around, maybe not do anything. But those guys on the line in the trenches, you get hurt fast. So you're telling me about week 5, you want him to play, but you're telling me I'm stupid for telling you that he's a franchise quarterback, he should start day number 1? You're telling me I'm stupid for saying that? But you want him to start week 5 or 6? Something smells crazy to me. All right, so that's the argument. That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to put this to bed. I know it's not going to put it to bed because you're smarter than me. I'm being facetious, by the way, because your football prowess is high. It's better. It's higher. You know more. You've been around more. Stop playing with me, bro. All I'm doing is baiting you in conversations, in debates, and I'm there on the computer just responding to your texts, responding to your comments, responding to everything. Like, stop. I will have more respect for somebody that tells me, look, man, the Cleveland Browns is just not doing it the right way. Then every time we say something, for you to be condescending. Every NFL analyst, the former players, and everybody that's analyzed the game, the ones you respect, the ones you don't respect, they're saying, no, if you bring in a new quarterback or a new guy, a prospect, you give them you strap it up and say, let's go, let's see what's happening. But the second we say, oh no, Shedeur didn't get first team reps, boom, here you come. Here you come. Here you come to save their day. To ruin my day. Here you come to ruin my day. Oh, that's not how it goes. First team reps, 5th rounders, and don't get first team reps, and that person don't get first team. Stop it, man. Like, stop it. We're talking about, every time we talk about fairness, every time we talk about first team reps, every time we say Shedeur's not getting a fair shot, here somebody comes in the comments, oh, you guys are stupid, you don't know anything, 5th rounders don't get first team, fifth rounders don't get no fair shot, there's no such thing as a fair shot. Then I start thinking about my Giants, my Jets, and my home team. Cleveland Browns are not my home team. I'm New York Giants, I'm New York Jets, I'm Buffalo Bills, I'm everything New York. And when I see our process, I say, okay, that's not Shedeur, that's Jackson Dart, that's this person, that's Geno Smith, that is dang it, who is the Seattle Seahawks quarterback right now? That's Sam Darnold. I've seen all of their process. When they come in during the summertime, when they're wearing just the jersey, the shirt, and the helmet, I always see them with first team people. They're just trying to see who they got. They ain't got no time to be playing no games. They get it out the way. We can tell who can play right away. And then bada boom, bada bang, by the time the second week comes, we're not talking about this no more. We're not supposed to be talking about no quarterback competition in the 3rd week. What are you talking about? We get that stuff out the way. But everybody's saying that, and we're trying to repeat the same sentiment, but we don't know nothing about no football. Only you know. Man, get up out of here, man. I can pray for you, or I can cut you. Which one you want? I can do both. And you know the word is sharp. If I don't cut you physically, the word will. Stop playing with me. Can I leave that alone now? Shedeur don't need no protection. He's not a baby. He don't need you to coddle him. All right? When all the other quarterbacks are just going through the normal process. Nobody cares. It's just a normal football process. Every time we're having those conversations, save us your knowledge. Save us your whatever you want to call it. We don't care. Okay? You know a lot. We know. Thank you. Go spend it somewhere else. We don't care around here. Stay out of the comments and stop calling people dumb like you know everything. You don't know everything. Just because you're not a fan of Shedeur, it doesn't give you the monopoly over information, football information. You think because we say we're Shedeur fans that everybody in here, oh, it's just a Bible-toting machete, oh, we don't know nothing about it. You think everybody's like that? Calm down, bruh. Some of us been watching football before you was born. Way before you was born. I came to this country in 1989, and I was watching football then. I'm talking about 1989, and you weren't even watching football at that point. And some of y'all in the comments trying to act like you know more. Yo, if you don't stop playing with me, son, I'm going to have to bring out that Brooklyn one more time. Stop playing with me, son. Harry B., why do you care about opinions of those who rail against logic? It's because I run a channel. It's because I'm tired of people disrespecting. Now, I'm not really talking about me personally. I'm trying to protect my aunties and my uncles. There's a lot of people here that have their Bible and they have their machetes, and they're not necessarily here for football. I'm tired of people really treating them terribly. And then the people that are talking, they don't really know football, because if you take them to distance, right, all they're doing is just repeating something that they heard from somebody else. They're not necessarily adding anything to the conversation. They just go on their favorite shows, hear a few keywords. They don't have time because they're working jobs that they don't like, and they're tired all the time, so that when they pick their head up and just get something, they get the news, come back, and then they try to hit you with the news as if you're not doing the research every single second because you got this you're running a channel and you know this information. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? So yes, that's what it is. It's not necessarily me. You feel me? I'm trying to protect my audience. I'm trying to protect my people. You feel me? Because there's a lot of people that just genuinely love the Sanders family. Some of them I come against them all the time. Some of them are way too much. All right, but that's what family is. You don't get along with everybody in your family, and if you do, congratulations. So yes, I'm always talking like something I said in the video. I felt it was disingenuous when Shedeur said, when he was asked about the situation with Dylan Gabriel, and he gave the answer, and he started off saying, man, I don't feel nothing. I don't really care about those, something to the effect. And I was like, come on, man, that's disingenuous. When you just over there, having a verbal spat with Tony Grossi, like, come on, bro, you can't say that. You feel just like all of us. So, people around here, we have we have our thing. But that's my family. These people, the Shedeur fans, because my channel feed off of Shedeur information, so I got to protect the people that consume this information. They're not all stupid. They're not all here. We don't know football. We pick things up. We put things down. They're not. I mean, come on. If you're in this community, stop calling people stupid, because if you know something, the way that you show it, if you are a mature person, the way that you show something, that you know something, you got to remember that people don't care what you know until they know that you care. I'm going to repeat that for the people in the back, and I'm going to move on. People don't care what you know until they know that you care. So stop trying to beat people up with your football knowledge, calling people stupid, or even if you don't say you're stupid, your condescending way of saying that, you got to cut that out. Because there are rookies that start, there are rookies that play, and this is football. If you're saying, oh, he's going to get hurt, it doesn't matter if he gets hurt because he knows what he's signing up for. So can I move on? Can I move on? Like I said, I can cut you two ways. I got the machete and I got the Bible. Either one can cut you. Don't get cut by the Bible because that hurts the worst. You feel me? All right, Judon, you good? All right, cool. All right, man. My monologue is out the way. Kimberly, what's up? I got you, Kimberly. I got you. Surf, what up with you? Wild Dog is in the building. Love moves. I'm with you. I got you. You know I got you. CJ, I got you. CJ, what up with you? I don't think Cleveland believes either rookie is ready to start in the NFL games. Cleveland don't know what they want, CJ. Cleveland has no idea what they want. If Cleveland knew what they want, like I told y'all before, I feel like Cleveland is moving in a cocky way. They're moving like they're one of the good teams in the NFL in the AFC North. They're not one of the best teams in the NFL, period, neither in their conference or their division. But they're moving like that. So maybe they got some secret. Maybe next year they want some other quarterback. I don't know. But if you got a quarterback right there, he's ready to start. Let's go. And if you don't think so, then just say so. Stop beating around the bush with the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop beating around the bush. Just say you don't think Shedeur is good. And stop all the other crap. We can get straight to it. Just like when you have beef with somebody, if you go back to the hood, yo, when I see you, it's on site, just say it. That way we don't have to beat around the bush. You don't have to try to sneak me with a fade. You don't have to do all that unless you're a sucker. And I ain't talking about fighting, by the way. I'm talking about just come out with it. Just say Shedeur sucks. Just say if he doesn't suck, oh, I think he's good, but he ain't all that good. And I don't think he's as good as Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, I don't think he's that good. Just say that. And then the conversation can go exactly where it needs to go. And then we'll be good with that. We can talk football, but stop with the nonsense. Oh, you see the 32 teams? There's 31 of them. They ain't want them. I mean, if they didn't want them, there had to be something there. I'm like, all right, cool. I know where you are. I got you. Let's go. Quinn Lito's back in the building. Black people politics. What that look like? Black people politics. Vote Democrat. Vote Democrat. Sorry, no, I'm joking. Oh, him. What up with you? Oh, Timothy is in the building. All right, guys, let's go ahead and look at this tape. We're going to relitigate this, but I felt like there was some vigor in this. There was a different feeling with this. My guy, Eric Jackson, by the way, if you haven't, you know that Eric Jackson, I don't know, but he hasn't given me an update on the lawsuit yet. I know he's waiting for certain things to happen, but my guy, Eric Jackson, is the one that's actually suing for collusion. And I mean, I'll be thinking every time I hear something new comes out about collusion, I'll be thinking Eric Jackson is just out there just licking his chops like, oh, thank you, Mr. Dickerson. You're getting subpoenaed. I can just see Eric in his living room like, yeah, say more, please. Anyways. All right, guys. All right, this is the time where you can call in, guys. Come on, you can come on this show. You can be like, yo, Harry B, come on, let's go. All right, join TLPlive@gmail.com. That is the email that you're going to use to call in, guys. If you call in, we can go ahead and talk everything I'm talking about. You can bring up a new topic, whatever you got to bring up, but let's go. All right, so join TLPlive@gmail.com. That is the email. This is call-in time. I'm going to go ahead and play the Eric Dickerson tape, and you can call in and we can discuss it, or we can discuss what I just discussed about the situation where everybody wants to come at us. Nah, you come at them, you come at me. We ain't got to agree with everything, but that's what family's all about. So when you come here, you see me and somebody arguing back and forth, don't hit that unsubscribe button. That's weird, man. If you don't agree with me, I'm nice enough and respectful enough to understand where you coming from, but just know that I come from a different angle with things. So if you don't agree with me, then, I'm just going to get emotional and just hit that unsubscribe button. Like, for what? Where you going? You ain't going nowhere. You know I get information. Sometimes my perspective is different from others, and you respect that. Come on now. Hit that subscribe button. Hit it again. You're like, yo, Harry B, man, you right, son. You been consistent. You keep it respectful even if I don't agree with you. So hit that subscribe button. Come back to the family. Welcome back to the family picnic. Welcome back to the barbershop. Wild Dog is here. We don't always agree. All right? If Wild Dog would be subscribing every week if that was the type of person he is. You know what I'm saying? I got people around here that's been here for years. Surfer's my first. Surfer Boy 3000 was my first guy when I was testing out this whole live thing. He's been here, and we didn't even agree when we went live. But he's still here because game recognized game. You respect people who have a differences of opinions from yours. But if you have to agree with everybody, man, those not a friend. I don't want none of those friends. And I will be okay staying right at 18,000 until I find a bunch of people who like, yo, if they tell me I don't like Sanders, I don't go crazy. I'm like, why you don't like him? Let's talk. And then we find a common ground, and we're like, oh, that's why you don't like him? Well, let me put you in the game. Do you like this? Even if they still don't like him, they're like, yo, Harry B, I'm still subscribing but I don't have to agree with them. They're okay with that. And that's where respect is. That's where you know you got a family. When you can disagree with people, even argue to the bone, but you still have a mutual respect for each other. Those are the people. Those are the type of energy you want to be around every single day, man. That's what I respect. I don't respect yes men. I don't respect, oh my gosh, the Sanders are great. Sanders can do nothing wrong. Oh my goodness, Shedeur's confidence, forever confidence. His confidence never wanes. If you say anything, a search, I will unsubscribe. I'm like, go ahead, please hurry. Please hurry and unsubscribe. Your energy is idol worshiping energy. I don't need that. The only one I worship is this is it. Okay. I'm so glad I have my Bible today. Oh man, yo, I had to go out. Just let me get off the script real quick. I had to go out because you got the Bible app, you can read the thing, but something about feeling the pages. Man, I was missing this. My soul was missing something, and I was just like, I told my wife, I was like, babe, I need a Bible. And she's like, look at your app. I'm like, no, I need the word. I need to feel the pages. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't read it in a minute. Every time I wake up, I just kind of like open it, crack it open, just so in case I see like on social media, somebody do one of those videos that say, go read your word. I don't want to be like, I don't want to say I haven't read my word. I'll be faking it, bro. Oh, here goes Phil, so real. Phil, what are you doing? Doge ain't got you locked up? Bruh, they're locking people up. Anyways, Phil said, take my regular $5 and be blessed. I love that, man. He pays for his discretions. What up, Phil, man? I love you back, brother. Oh, man. Look, I love this community, man. Especially those who rocks with me. Whew. Yo, man, y'all rocks with me. Me and y'all can argue to the bone, and we still be like, yeah, okay, Harry B, what's the next show? We'll get you on the next one. All right, let's go with Eric Dickerson. Here we go. We're relitigating this, so don't get mad, guys. Like, oh, we tired. We're just going to relitigate this, okay? So please don't get mad, guys. We've said this a lot. I know. I want to say shout out to Around the Association, ATA. Salute to you. All right, let's play this.
And I'll tell you this much here, what I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told other, don't draft him. Do not draft him. We're gonna make.
Hey, y'all, his voice is kind of low. Y'all hearing this? Peter Investor with the super chat. Salutes, Peter Investor. Peter, you remember, man. You pay him monthly. Like, thank you, man. He's still giving. Man, you guys are good, man. I appreciate you, man. I really do. Hey, y'all, somebody tell me y'all can hear this. Y'all hear the voice? I want to make sure that we got the audio. I don't want to say, okay. Judon said, yeah, we can hear it. Good. Hey, Peter, man, thank you so much, man. You a man of God, man. You are a blessing, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you.
An example out of him. And this came from a very good source. And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Draft.
Really?
Yep. Draft.
Wild Dog, I'm okay. I see you, Wild Dog. I'm gonna send you the clip. Let's finish this real quick.
Don't do that, because they weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him. They were forced into drafting him because somebody made a call to them, said, you know. And I said, when I say this is a NFL side source for sure, you know. So this is not hearsay. Look, one thing about it is, and I'll just say it, you know, they don't like when guys have brands, especially black players. You know, and that's mostly us with the brand. You know, we kind of, some guys are flashy and all that kind of stuff. They don't like that. This kid, Fred, I don't think you knew this. He had already made $17 million from a car deal that he already signed. A car deal. He had $17 million already for that. Then he had another 14, I think, from a was it a shoe, Nike or some shoe deal. So he was good with money wise, but I know he wants to play in the National Football League for sure.
So how does he do that? I mean, Cleveland picked him. I find it fascinating, Eric. You're saying somebody even called the Browns and said, don't do that.
Yeah, somebody called the Browns and said.
So what was the objective? He doesn't get picked. He's an undrafted free agent.
That's exactly what's going to happen. They were going to have him, he was not going to get drafted, to basically show you this is what happens when you do this. I mean, look, you know, McFred, the NFL got all kind of power. They do all kind of stuff. You know, you know that, and I know it too. But no, they were not going to draft him. And like I said, when I said it came from a good source, it came from a very, very good source. They said they weren't going to draft him. I like, because when I saw it, when he went to the second round, I said, oh, I said it out loud. They're not going to draft him. They're going to make an example out of him. I knew it.
You think
so the guy that they drafted, the quarterback they drafted ahead of him, he wasn't as good as Shedeur. He even said it. I mean, how do you draft a guy that you know that's not better than the guy that you drafted after? That don't even make sense.
Do you think Shedeur knew they wanted to make an example out of him?
I don't think he realized to the extent that the NFL would go to make an example out of him. No, I don't think he knew that. I don't think his dad knew the extent that they would go to make an example out of him. I mean,
This is nasty.
All right, ATA, I appreciate you. Around association. So, all right, so look, when you get somebody like an Eric Dickerson and they're saying, I got a source. Now, to be fair, a lot of people got sources. All right, so we got to treat it correctly. A lot of people got sources, but I don't know what his motive or his drive or what is causing him to come out now after all of this to say what he's saying, right? And I want to let y'all know, when black people say, I'm going to play that part one more time. Somebody can let me know out there, especially some white people around here. Y'all don't know how black people communicate. When they say, you know, when they have to double up on the word, a good source, that's the thing about black people. Like, when we got to say it twice, that put that emphasis on it, that means that, hey, it ain't just some ring-a-ding, it ain't just anybody. It's somebody where if they were to say, you know what, I don't even care no more, I'm going to come out here and say it, right? So that's what that means. That's what I'm getting from that. Let me see. Let me hope. I don't know if I'm
to start a podcast with Riverside. All you need is a concept and a way to record it.
Talk all over it because
here's how.
Show you this is what happens when you do it.
So what was the objective? He doesn't get picked. He's an undrafted pick. I find it fascinating.
But I know he wants to play in the National Football League for sure. Some shoe deal. So he already signed a car deal. He had $17 million already for that. Then he had another 14, I think, from a was it a shoe, Nike or some shoe deal. So he was good with money wise and all that kind of stuff. They don't like that. This is a NFL side source for sure, drafting him because somebody made a call to them, said, It's good, you know. And I say when I say this is a NFL side source for sure, you know. So this is not here. So look, one thing about it.
You hear me? You see what I'm saying? Like when he has to let you know that it's an NFL size source. When he's letting you know this ain't like your run of the mill. This is not the cleaning guy that was like cleaning up and kind of eavesdropping or nothing like that. This is somebody who he knows is an NFL source, right? And they got information. That means that if he was to put his whatever on the line, his career on the line, and say, "Yo, I'm an NFL source," that source would be somebody that's probably like very connected to the NFL and can corroborate this story and let you know that, yeah, it was like that. But the NFL, like, just let y'all know, we're relitigating this. We just for conversation's sake, right? I mean, it's on a Friday, you know what I'm saying? 4 o'clock on a Friday, you're getting ready to leave work or you're on your way home and you're stuck in traffic anyways. It's just for conversation. All right, just take it. When I was driving like 7 hours trying to drop my son off, I just needed a conversation and something to keep me up from nodding off. You know what I'm saying? So this is just treat it as that. Nothing's going to come out of this. We're not trying to say this is going to be, oh, this is it. This is it. This is the smoking gun. We got it now. It ain't that, okay? It ain't that. I just want to let y'all know. So just understand, we're just having a conversation, and this stuff is nice. All right. So anyway, let's take this. Did I put it on the screen? Hold on, I didn't put it on the screen, so y'all probably didn't hear it. Hey, Tennis, I'm coming to you in a second. Give me a second. All right, here it goes.
And I'll just say it. You know, they don't like when I say this is a either. They weren't going to draft him. Don't do that. Draft
really?
Him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that because they weren't going to draft him either. They weren't going to draft him. They were forced into drafting him because somebody made a call to them, said it's good, you know. And I say when I say this is a NFL side source for sure, you know. So this is not here. So look, one thing about it is, and I'll just say it. You know, they don't like when guys have brands, especially black players. You know, and that's mostly us with the brand. You know, we kind of, some guys are flashy and all that kind of stuff. They don't like that. They don't like that. This kid, Fred, I don't think you knew this. He had already made $17 million from a car.
So the NFL does not want your personal brand to supersede their overall brand. Those owners are going to protect that. They're going to protect the brand. Colorado is synonymous with Deion Sanders and Prime. The NFL wants to protect that brand because they know that players come and players go. So if they allow a brand to come in and ruin their NFL brand, that brand, once it's done, then they're going to have to do a whole nother rebranding of the NFL to try to get you to unthink about that brand. I think the NBA was fighting hard when during the Michael Jordan era to try to make sure that they understood that the Michael Jordan brand was not going to supersede the NBA. But Michael Jordan, during his era, his brand was synonymous with the NBA. And I don't think the NBA were, you know, they had low self-esteem or they didn't understand what it's all about. I think the NBA is a little bit different. The NBA is like a grown man. They embrace the brands. They embrace the face of the NBA. That the NBA has the face of the NBA. All right, for a reason. LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they embrace that. But they know how to market in a way where the brand does not get bigger than the logo. But you see the Jordan brand, for years it was Michael Jordan, NBA. LeBron James, NBA. Kobe Bryant, NBA. for some odd reason, the NFL is like that low self-esteem. You're today alpha male. You're Andrew Tate's, right? Today's alpha male. Who thinks that I'm bigger than you and like to stay alpha, you gotta beat somebody else down? That's what the NFL is. The Andrew Tates. They're the alpha male. An alpha male does not have to tell you I'm an alpha. An alpha dog doesn't have to tell you that they're alpha dog. The way they move, the way they protect, the way that they take care of their community tells you that they're alpha dog. They don't go around pounding their chest. Alpha dog, alpha dog. Who sent me that clip? Hold on, let's go, Tennis. Hey, Tennis, welcome to the channel, brother. How you doing today, man?
Good to hear from you, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. All is well. All is well. I like what the conversations about Brandon. You know, while you were talking, I was thinking about how that the reason that CU got Prime over there because it ended up being a co-branded thing. They allowed him to come in because they knew that everything that followed him, you know, and it was about Brandon. And so they co-branded that thing. So when you say Prime, you see CU. When you say CU, you reminded of Prime. But how many colleges, you know, Stephen A. was talking about some crazy stuff about going to Alabama. There's nowhere in the world, any of those schools in the SEC is going to allow Prime to come down there and coach because he requires that his brand be there also, and because he's going to be the draw. It's not going to, you know, they're not going to go like a lot of the fans. A lot of us, we follow CU because of who? Because of Prime. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason I started watching CU a lot, because I used to hate CU, you know, started watching them a lot now and following them now because Prime is there, and that's just a fact. So when you get somebody like Shedeur that goes to the NFL, well, he's been, you know, he don't really need the NFL. The only reason he wants to play there is to say that I played in the NFL. But the boy's a brand by himself. He goes. There was he got a contract for 14 mil for something, and one for 17 mil, like I think Erickson was saying. So he don't need that. And so the NFL don't like that. They want you to be this poor black player out of the neighborhood from the, you know, you grew up in poverty. Well, Shedeur didn't grow up in poverty, so they can't spin off of that. So when they came in, it's like, hey, look, you're not doing me a favor by drafting me. I'm doing you a favor by coming and playing for you, playing for the NFL, and you know, because I'm going to give you more notoriety. And so what's happening? They don't like that. The owners don't like that. They've got to be the center of attraction. It's got to be the brand. It's got to be the Browns. But when you see Prime, I mean, when you see Shedeur now, it's the Prime. I only start following the Browns. I couldn't stand. I don't like the Browns. I'm from New Orleans. I'm a Saint man. But when he goes to Brown, now I'm a Brown fan because I want to see him do well, just like all the other fans. So that's what they had. They had a conflict with, and I remember when I don't know if you remember the show. We talked about collusion earlier. I think I brought it up to this show when that was the first thing I said. Look, remember when I said a bunch of these owners got in the office, or they went to Zoom or something, and they all got together and they had this conversation. And that's what it was about.
All right, let's bring on Wild Dog. Wild Dog, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today? Thank you for calling in. You got to unmute. There you go.
Yeah, I got to unmute here and mute the TV.
Okay.
Hey, salute Harry B. Salute Willie.
Salute.
Hey,
Okay.
blessings bandwagon bus.
So
blessings bandwagon Browns.
let me get you to address Jaquin Vasquez. Said, I'm a well-known anti-Shedeur media. I'm not understanding how people think the NFL will allow his type to shine. He is too flashy and thuggish. Remind you, he is number 12, like Ja Morant. You want to take that first, Wild Dog, since you just got here?
Like a Ja Morant. Oh boy,
He's too flashy and thuggish.
That's
I think you should take that before I do.
I know basketball. So even with Ja Morant, the team was giving so much leeway before the league even got involved. So is Shedeur that much of a stubborn headache that he can't get it right after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chances? I don't think so. Is Shedeur a gun waving, irresponsible, gun owner or gun borrower? No, we've seen videos of them at the ranch. They're responsible Texans. She was from Texas. Now, does he come from money? And has he made his own money? Is there a culture of his generation to wear chains and to get nice deals and sponsorship from car dealerships so they can have the best, flashiest cars? Yes, of course. So, but that's going too far, especially from someone who comes from the NBA. That's just a whole that's a whole bunch of baloney baited nonsense, trying to draw from something that has nothing to do with Shedeur. We watched Shedeur grow up on national TV, and many of us in North Texas have literally watched him grow up in person. There's 8 million people in North Texas, so skip me with all that. You're just conjuring up negative nonsense like a demon, and we know factually live in person who this young man is.
So I don't get the thuggish part. Like if you say he's flashy, I get the flashy part, but are you saying thuggish because you just want to have barbershop talk where you punch hard enough for people to get your attention, or you just say as the most ignorant stuff that you can say to get attention?
Exactly. He's stressed so far he fell over the barbershop floor.
Besides the fact that he's black, explain the thuggish part. Like, what do we know? What have we seen from Shedeur that says thug?
Oh, hip hop. Him and his family's association with hip hop, it makes him associated with thugs. But that whole thug life NWA era is over.
I mean, hip hop has different. Hip hop has eras, and the hip hop have had the MC Hammers, the NWA, the gospel rap. So hip hop has different sections. It's not just a bunch of thugs. There's the backpackers like the Wale's from DC.
Yeah.
So
hip hop now is more like they're more about partying and vibing now.
Yeah.
So
if you want to take it to the Bronx, if you want to take it to Queensbridge or the Bronx, we can take it there. I'm a New Yorker, so So if you want to take it to the Queensbridge or the Bronx, you got just KRS-One is about positivity. He don't even want hip hoppers to talk about their chains, their gold necklaces. He wants to talk about the elevation of the black mind.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the thug part is coming from. If you say flashy, I'm with you. I can meet you halfway. And I'm not gonna say you're crazy or say anything bad and try to make you sound like you're crazy if that's your intention. We don't do that around here. But Jaquin, you're gonna have to really explain the thuggish part unless you're trying to inflate harm.
It's rage bait, Harry. It's rage
I
bait.
think that's what.
Let's call it what it is. Referring to Ja Morant, that's rage bait.
Because isn't Ja Morant's story he went back to his old hood and some of his boys had guns and stuff like that, and he was waving the gun. Have you ever seen Shedeur do stuff like anything like that?
No, not even on the ranch. You haven't even seen Shedeur with a weapon. You just seen it on the dash or near him, but you haven't even seen Shedeur on tape at the range. There's a range at Country Prime.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I thought maybe I'm missing something because I like to understand things. I like to make sure that we're not just throwing jabs at people. Like
and then that's just people, Harry, that absolutely know nothing about Shedeur. If you're gonna hate, at least hate with some effort. So
yeah, you got to put some more effort in your hate. You can't just come up here and just say some reckless stuff and then that's it, and then just run.
Shedeur is from Texas, and his family has a ranch in Texas, and they have a range on the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the other hey, if I can jump in here, guys, the other thing about that is that when you see Shedeur, obviously he's a black man, so a lot of white people will associate him. Well, he must be a thug, based on just because he's black, or he's wearing chains. He must be a thug, or or they'll do like him and his brothers into rapping and the hip hop scene. They're very tight with their hip hop scene, but they just don't associate with that life, but they associate with the people that's possibly in that life. And it's not about the life, but it's all about, who you associate yourself with. They're going to identify you with that group. And it's not necessarily so. I mean, there's certain people I don't go around because that's just not my lifestyle. My lifestyle, may be different. But when they see him or they see him, and that's why when I'm in a group, I'm 6'4". Harry, when I'm in a group, I'm always the tallest person there. And I have to literally play it down because most people are intimidated by big, tall people. They get scared, like you're going to beat them up or something like that. So most of my life, I had to kind of like play that down. But I shouldn't have to do that. But because of other people. And so when he has to play a lot of this stuff down because he's black, they're expecting him to act a certain way. But when he don't act like that, that throws them off. They say,
right. That's why I like to. That's why I like to address it. I like to actually these type of conversations. You can just slow it down and just address it because of my size and because of and how dark I am. I've had that situation where white people were afraid of me. Like even at work, they would tell my supervisor that they don't want me to be like standing in certain places because I'm so dark. I'm intimidating.
You're intimidating.
Yeah. So they told my boss that I was intimidating, and they didn't want me to stand at a certain place. And my boss had to literally come to me and tell me not to stand certain places at the job because I was intimidating.
Hey, Harry B, this is why you always see me smiling. I had to practice it.
Yeah.
My best asset is my smile, but literally by middle school, 6th grade, really, and by 7th grade, I had to have it full on intact. I had to stand in the mirror and
so you get a little less intimidated
and practice my smile. Otherwise, my normal rested face, I look mean, angry, or confused, or like too intense.
Right.
I had to learn to smile. If I was neutral or happy, I had to learn to actually smile.
Right. Because your regular face will look like you're actually mean or you're angry at somebody.
Yeah, I was scared to paint off the walls, Harry B.
But I'm showing this clip. The reason why I pulled up this clip, and thanks Ron Tate for sending me this, is because like this is what Shedeur's about. That whole thuggish thing that you're talking about. Like, I just wanted to debunk that. Like,
yeah,
these are high school students.
No,
Shedeur
Harry
goes,
B. No,
Harry. Let me finish.
No, that's hip hop.
Let me finish the thought.
Go in with your thought. That's hip hoppers. Those kids are hip hop.
So like Shedeur goes into the community, and I hope that young man is okay. The one that fell, he got mobbed.
Yeah.
So he goes into the community. He tries to make sure that the young people are seen because a lot of people don't feel like they're seen, and he makes it a point to let people know, man, I'm here for you. I know I'm a celebrity. I know I have all of these, there's attention on me, and I'm playing for you. I want you to be seen just like me. This is what he's about. So I think that whole thuggish thing you're talking about, I think that's you trying to throw a jab that's not necessary. You need
Yeah,
to
he's
go
trying to
check. You got to go check that, bro.
He's trying to draw on the old narrative, Harry B. Because I guarantee you, all these young people are hip hop. They're either Team Drake or Team K Dot. So all those young people you looking at there, those are the thugs that he's talking about. That's
okay,
right there.
You know,
and I think the majority of those kids are white too.
So that's hip hop.
But see, this is what the NFL, this is what the NFL is trying to downplay. They don't want our black athletes going into black neighborhoods. I got sick of seeing all of our black athletes going to white neighborhoods, but there were no black people. They look I'm writing a paper on my tennis experience. When I started playing tennis, I wanted to see people that looked like me. And I had to do some research. Well, who are the tennis players out here? And so I found them. So there were certain things in their contract. We will tell you where to go. We will send you in the neighborhood that we want, because they want to send them into among kids that didn't look like him. And to me, I said, that doesn't make any sense. Where are the black kids? There got to be a lot of black kids that need that inspiration and everything.
Yeah.
But that was in their contract, man. We're going to tell you where to go. They didn't see, and they couldn't do that with Shedeur. They couldn't. Look, he goes wherever he wants to go, okay? And be with people that's like him, because that's where the encouragement is going to come from. Shedeur going to people.
You know what I found weird, tennis?
Yeah.
It's like we're dang if we do, we're dang if we don't, right? It's like you always accuse us of you want to throw. How can you throw the thuggish thing on the cleanest person? You know what I'm saying? You can't, like, we can't do anything. So it's like, look, you accuse us of not being present. When we present to you somebody that's present, you want to sully them. You want to muddy their record.
Hey,
right?
Harry B, let me share a story with Willie. My aunties, my mother's sisters, taught me how to play tennis, right? And of course, we would go to the city of Louisville municipal golf club and clubhouse that was like for black people. And so, of course, I come up, I'm working for the Mavericks, and it was a day before a charity golf tournament, and we're, seeing the venue and this and blah, 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 and shaking hands and mingling and whatnot. And of course I bring my rackets. I'm like, either before or after, like I could do a little something, you know what I'm saying? And Dirk Nowitzki goes, "Dog, what's that?" I'm like, "Man, you know what that is? That's my racket, man." He goes, "You play?" I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I ain't no pro, but yeah, I mean, I like that." Yeah. He was like, "All right, this time, be here." I'm like, "All right, bro, for real. Okay, I got you," And so I knew his family played tennis. But anyway, a certain time I wait. I don't go when I'm, when it's like empty and I'm thinking, okay, I can get over there and get some swings in. I wait, right, to when basically, Dirk is a boss, he's a player. I follow orders. So I come in, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're 15 minutes late. Bring my racket. I'm coming in. I'm dressed appropriately. And I get told, "Excuse me, you can't be here." And I'm like, well, no, the court's open. I'm already on the list to play, to be available on the court. And this is where I'm coming at the time I was told to be here by the Dallas Mavericks. And they were like, "No, you can't be here." And it took Dirk Nowitzki looking around for me and saying, "That's my guy. He's with me," in order for them to let me on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because black folks just didn't play tennis because, it was like one of those things. But man, if I'd have been when I was coming up, when I was coming up, I would have carried a racket in my hand in my neighborhood. They would have beat me up. I'd have got beat with that racket. And so I didn't pick up a tennis racket until I was about 19 years old. 18, 19 years old. I was a freshman in college. And so I picked it up then. I had to find somebody that looked like me. And so I did a study, and Arthur Ashe was my man. And I read about all of his accomplishments. I said, so okay, wow. So it can be done. But
Yeah.
if you don't go into that arena, like only thing we in my neighborhood when I grew up in New Orleans, look, you either played football, basketball, maybe some baseball. That was it.
Yeah.
And so when I got to college, it was like, oh wow, you mean to tell me we can do this? But then, like you were saying, you still run into those things. Like when you go on the tennis court, some people feel like you don't belong there.
Yeah. And I grew up in Kentucky. And I grew up in Kentucky. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, hold the line. Let me bring on Ron Tate. Okay. Ron Tate, welcome to the show, brother. How you doing today, man? Thanks for calling in.
Thank you guys for
allowing me. What RT? What up, RT?
Yeah.
What up?
Yes, sir. How you doing? How you doing?
Very good.
Y'all talking about Arthur Ashe Day.
Say that again?
Yeah, we talking about Arthur Ashe, brother.
Yeah. That was my man. That was my man, dude. Ooh.
I mean, I grew up in a black settlement, literally. I grew up in a black settlement called Griffeytown. A black settlement is where a place where black folks were designated to live during the Jim Crow era. But I also grew up around the military. So I grew up understanding my place, but also around the military, understanding all of my privileges, right? So sometimes I just have to remind myself, where I'm at and check myself, because the military, anybody can go anywhere. You can go to the racket or the tennis, and you be bumping and physical with a white man, not to worry about it. The next thing you know, I'm in the summer out in Griffeytown, and I have to do a mental check of myself, remind myself where I'm at,
Yeah.
Ron Tate, what were you going to say?
Hey, Harry, I wanted to talk about your open letter. I don't know how far your conversation. I stepped away.
I gave it open. It's open, so you can bring it back up.
you were talking about and talking to individuals as though they cared, as though they were individuals that understood the game of football. That's not it. You cannot convince a KKK member to vote for civil rights. He's not gonna do it. He is not gonna do it. These individuals that you were speaking to and giving them a lot more grace than I would have, those individuals don't care about football. Every year the NFL has the draft, and they evaluate those college players by the way they played the previous 2 or 3 or sometime one season. They evaluate the players, they give them a grade, and then they place them in the draft accordingly after all of their evaluation. And they did the same thing to Shedeur Sanders. However, as information is coming out, things went awry for him in the draft. And now you have these individuals that are using that. This is the latest. They're using that to justify his training process or lack thereof on the NFL level. These people don't care about facts. They don't care about numbers. They don't care about the information and evaluation. They do not care about that.
That's true.
They have a bias, and they're going to justify it by any means necessary.
That's true.
I was shaking my head. I was like, Harry, you're giving them too much credit.
Can I say something? A lot of it too is this here too. Don't tell me, and I'm gonna use the word urinate. Don't urinate on me and tell me it's raining. What is that name? You guys ever heard that? I heard, but it's something else, because what happens is that now all this information is coming out. People are getting smart, and they're getting really intelligent, because I'm like this. I'm just kind of, look, Harry, tell me something. You can bet I'm going to look it up. I'm going to find out where he got this information from. So when people begin to do that, and people still come at you like, oh, no, really, this is how it really is. Let me tell you how it really is. Wait a minute, man. You urinated on me, and you're telling me it's raining. I don't see no clouds in the sky. So that's what's happening with people that don't study, people that don't read. They just talk off the top of their head. We have a lot of fans like that. And Harry challenged me on this one time. How you gonna be a part of a team and you don't know who your teammates are? Well, I got offended about that. Well, the reason I got offended by it because he was right. So what did I do? Did I stop talking to Harry? No. I started doing my homework on stuff. I got some stuff on our defense that's gonna blow you guys away. But so when I make an assessment, it's based on like Harry said, the data. But
Right.
this is what's happening when the information gets out. You got to remember, we get a lot of information. I have to really be careful with this AI stuff, man, because they're really pushing it out there, and some of it just stuff that they generate. But people, like if we're gonna talk about something, we've got to be it's got to make sense. I hear a lot of guys in the chat sometimes on other things say, make it make sense. And I said, okay, that makes sense. It's got to make sense. And so you know, with this whole thing, this collusion thing, all of this stuff, brother, they done it, and it's all because of one thing, Harry. And you always hear me say this. It's always about the bottom line. It's never about them caring about you. It's never about them caring about the players unless the players going to affect their bottom line. These guys are business.
So let's talk about that a little bit, because I think the bottom line for certain organizations is different from other organizations, because the NFL and the NBA are two different organizations that are like the staples of the United.
But that's not what I'm talking about. It's all one. NBA, NFL, they go on the business model. Wow, dog.
Well, that's what I want to. Let me finish my thought, and then you can take it.
Okay.
Because the NFL, if they were about money, then if you look at the clip that Ron Tate showed me, and then I played, then you will understand. You don't treat the person that is getting so much attention and can bring so much money to you. You don't treat them the way that they're treating Shedeur. So the NFL's model is different from the NBA's model. The NBA model, they lean into stuff like that. The NBA is like they love it. They love it when they get their superstar, because they can actually take their marketing dollars and push it behind the superstar, and the superstar becomes their face, and then they use that to market the NBA. The NFL is totally different. The NFL says, we don't care that you are a superstar. We're going to make sure that we bring you down to our level so that we can control the narrative and control our brand, because we want our brand to supersede your brand. So that's if you look at what the Cleveland Browns are doing, it's like they're moving like as if, it's like, you bring in Gordon Ramsay, right? If I'm using the right name, if your restaurant is not doing well, right? Like, so if your restaurant is going under, you want to bring in Gordon Ramsay so he can do an assessment of your kitchen, of your menu, things that are going wrong with your organization, so that you can get that information and then use that to fix whatever is wrong, maybe fix the menu, and so you can get a better business. If you take an inventory of the daggone Cleveland Browns, right? And my master's degree was in organizational communication. I was Gordon Ramsay, or I'm Gordon Ramsay for businesses.
Yeah.
So what I do is I go in and I do an assessment of your company, and I look at your communication, toxic environments that are going on, communication not flowing from top to bottom, and then I'll give you an assessment at the end, and I say, hey, this is what you need to fix. I feel like somebody's done that, and the Cleveland Brown fans have done that, and they keep ignoring what they need to fix. I can't make an assessment and say, hey man, look, your quarterback position needs to be fixed, your offensive line needs to be fixed, and they ignore it, and they keep moving like everything is okay. That business is not a good model, but that's what I'm talking about. Their crutch is that they're too big to fail.
Okay. I agree with you on all of that. Everything you said was well put together, and it sounds really good. However, this is what I want to add to that. If you, the NFL,
Before you do that, let me just say, let me acknowledge the new. It says became a new YouTube member, Pink Ivy 87. I say salute to you for the new membership. Wild Dog, did you gift a membership? Is that you, Wild Dog?
can we call up PI? Welcome, PI.
Don't look at you, right? Okay, so I want to say salute to Pink Ivy 87 for the new membership. I appreciate you. Go ahead, Willie.
Okay, here's what I want to say. I took a business class also. Okay, every business, if you're gonna start off, every business start off like this. Okay, if you're gonna be in business, what's the purpose of being in business? Is to make money. So every decision you make, whether it's, sounds good to us or don't, but if you're not in business, you have to understand how businesses work. You are not going to be in business. You are not going to stay in business if you're not making any money. So that means you're going to make decisions based on what? How much money I can make. And how much money I can make is considered my bottom line. That's why I say that. So whatever Cleveland Browns are doing, you can bet it's all centered around. Now, what they did not expect a lot of things. And that's what you were saying earlier about, why would they invest in a person and he's not making them money? Well, see, they didn't expect Shedeur to come in making money for them. He was one of those guys who was just going to come in, going to get you on the team and blah, blah, blah. But he came in and Shedeur started making his own money. Well, that iced him out because merchandise, he makes money on merchandise. Oh, his image and his liking, he's making money off of that. And in his contract, it said that, the Browns, that's goes to him. How much money? See, the thing is, keeping in mind, and this is where I draw the line on a lot of stuff. Keeping in mind that you're in business. The billionaire didn't become a billionaire by giving his money away. He kept his money. He found a way to keep it. That's why they keep the salaries down low. Because if the salaries go up, that means less money out of my pocket and more in yours. So when we talk about this, and I'm not a business major, but I do understand the principles of owning a business. And if you're not going to be in business, why you make what And you're not making money, Harry, why are you in the business? Give it up. So
I think that's what I was saying. I think the NFL model is the fact that, because remember what Shantae said, they're $1 billion corporation, so they wealth share. So if you at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you fail or you win, then the way you move is going to be different. But let's get Ron Tate in here. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey Harry. The one dilemma that Cleveland is dealing with now is the preseason game number one. When Shedeur played, I think what did they say? They had 2.2 million watching.
Talk about the revenue, yeah. Yeah.
When he did not play, it was drastically different, like 200 and some thousand. I mean, it was a drastic drop off.
Oh, did we get the numbers? Did somebody post the numbers?
Well, I seen it at one time. It was on one of those ESPN or some show. 2.2 million versus 222,000, something like that for the second game.
Yeah.
Oh, dang! It was in the thousands.
Yeah. It's a preseason game, Harry.
It was a drastic difference.
Yeah.
So watch what happened.
Playing and Shedeur not playing, and this was on the NFL Network, and they were talking about it and saying if it was on like ABC, NBC, or Fox or something like that, it could have surpassed the maximum of the most watched preseason game if it had been, had the opportunity for more people to watch it.
So what do you
think's going to happen? What do you think?
Ron,
I thought Harry said that is he
Ron
starting?
Taylor had that Carolina game showing as the highest TV rating for a preseason game.
Yeah. So he's scheduled to play this weekend too. So what do you think?
Is he playing third or is he starting or what? What is it?
However, I think he's gonna be third, I believe.
Third quarter, yeah.
Yeah, it's the third quarter.
Third quarter.
Now people are gonna watch the game just to watch him play. Watch how the TV revenues go up this weekend.
Yes.
It's up when they played the Panthers. Down when they played the Eagles. Watch how it goes up this weekend.
We'll wait, Willie, because if they believe the Browns, I think what we're probably going to see is the first half of the game is going to be a normal preseason game, but then the anticipation of Shedeur coming in the second half, you'll see the spike.
Yeah.
All right, so let's break down. Hold on, real quick. Let's break down these numbers so that people can have the real information. All right, so look, I don't know how this is going to fare out because this is like when you have the best way I can explain this is subscription based versus general population based, right?
Yeah,
so if you look at these numbers, view it in that so you can understand. So Shedeur, being subscription based, had 2.2 million viewers on the NFL Network, while Dylan Gabriel's preseason game against the Bears had 5.1 million viewers on Fox. Sanders' game was the most watched preseason game on the NFL Network in over a decade, while Gabriel's was Fox's most watched NFL preseason game since 2021. So I think a lot of people were trying to ask if we can get the game on a public, like, you know what I'm saying, on a network, because not everybody is subscribed to the NFL Network. So
that's true.
Yeah, Harry B. I watched the game, but yeah, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I used my access. I didn't, so
right.
People getting, especially with streaming and connections, getting access to watching games,
right,
and aren't counted. So
exactly. So I wonder what the numbers would be if Shedeur was on like Fox, because Fox, is a broadcast channel, and this would have given a lot of people more access. And you also have to think about it. Now we're I get to geek out because this is my area, right? We're talking about broadcast. So the way that you view broadcast, we got to think about the legacy people who would never switch to anything other than whatever is being shown on those regular TVs. Think about all of your, think about all of your homes. Like you got Machete Bible toters that are in nursing homes, that are in places where they're not going to have any kind of subscription, places where, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the people that will want to watch them that are not subscription based did not have the opportunity to watch them. I'm not trying to skew the numbers. I'm just trying to explain how broadcast work and how television viewership works, because you still got people who are using those antennas, those little flappy things, to try to get regular channels because they are not wired for for anything else. So if Shedeur was on Fox, just think about the numbers being a lot bigger than 5 million. The fact that it was 5 million, if I was to do the math, 5 million that's not a good thing. Right? Because you're on, like, it's like you being in public versus you being like something like pay-per-view. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So
and then I think that has more to do with the championship Eagles than Dylan Gabriel.
But you think that's what the NFL is not? The NFL is not forthcoming, or they're not mindful enough to say, "Hey, let's sign a quick deal with somebody because we know millions of people are trying to get to this game. So let's go ahead and sign up with Fox or ESPN and let's get some of that money going." You don't think they're smart enough to make those type of decisions, or they didn't have enough time?
We talked about it a little bit. That's what they should do if they're smart.
Right.
Make a deal. They will make up a deal real quick to get it on public TV.
Right. So you can get it out to the masses.
Yeah.
That 5.1 million had nothing to do with Dylan Gabriel. That was
That's
Mainly the
Eagles.
Eagles.
That's a championship.
Exactly.
That's mainly the Eagles.
Exactly.
They want to credit
Exactly.
Dylan Gabriel, and that's what they do. They ain't voting for the civil rights.
I ain't gonna skew it any other way. Let's just say it was
Hey.
5 million, 5.1 million
No,
for
Harry,
that game.
no.
That's not a Dylan Gabriel number. I'm just saying the game. I'm not saying that's a Dylan Gabriel number. I'm just saying it's 5.1, but you have to understand why it was 5.1.
Yeah.
Because if it was on the NFL Network, that number will be much lower. So the idea of 5.1, that is out there for the public to see. But the subscription base is 2.2 million, which I think it was kind of like short-sightedness for the NFL. Okay, maybe I don't understand whatever goes into the deals that they have to make, but I would say if you have the mindset of understanding who you're dealing with, you would cut a deal with somebody, because what do business people say? A fraction of a percentage of something is better than nothing, right?
Yes.
So
because it affects the bottom line. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if you're getting $1 billion, if you're gonna get $1 billion, but you're like, look, I don't want to share this money. I'd rather take 2.2 million. It's weird to say, because if you would have put it out there in the public, everybody would have seen it, even people overseas. I think that's how it works. But
and then Harry B, also, we're just not talking out of nowhere, because when the Sanders family got to CU, what did their ratings numbers do?
They spiked.
CU's ratings compare to the Ohio States, the Alabamas, or whatever. They were either ranked right up there. Even with West Coast games that were in the middle of the night, the ratings were hot. So we've seen this before.
Even when they played on YouTube in the Pac-12 network.
We've seen this before.
The numbers were always high.
Yes. So this is nothing new. So if you follow the Sanders family, if you follow Shedeur, this is what he does. This is what he's done. He did it at CU, and he's doing it here at the Browns. If the Browns and the NFL are smart enough to take advantage.
So what DC said, that those contracts were signed, you can't change them quickly. I don't know if that's 100. I can't say that's 100%, because when money speaks, when money, what do we say? When money talks, who walks? No, you don't have to say it, but
Harry, they do all these contract deals weeks and months, sometimes months ahead. Weeks and months ahead.
No, I know that.
So
I understand how the business. I understand how the business works, but money talks, and everything else walks.
Yeah, because it's the NFL Network. It wasn't like it was with some other network. It's the NFL Network. So
it's the NFL Network, but it's
the NFL Network. Hey,
because I got a perfect example. Remember when I don't know which channel it was.
We got
somebody got to turn on the echo. Somebody got to turn on the TV. But there have been contracts that have been signed for the Pac-12, but then all of a sudden ESPN is picking up games with Coach Prime. Once they started to realize that, hold up, wait a minute, these viewerships are going crazy. Coach Prime got a few more TV deals that they did not have before. Sarcasm, if you know that it's going to be very lucrative, you can actually sign those deals.
What they do, Harry, they buy that contract. They'll buy the purchase of that contract. They don't make a new deal. They buy why do you think this?
I'm not saying make a new deal. I'm saying, okay, look, let me tell you the chain of let me tell you the chain that's going to be shown, and this has happened in broadcast all the time. Let's say, because once you understand that something, like if you understand that the viewership or something changes in the market, you can actually bring on partners, right? So you can actually, let's say it was the NFL Network and Fox had their programming and they were not going to change it, or ESPN has something they were going to be showing at that time and they're not trying to change it. You go to ESPN and you say, hey man, I got $500 million for you. Because of this is about to happen, we're gonna get like at least 10 million people more people watching, and that's gonna mean $5 million. You're telling me something somebody over the phone ain't gonna make that phone call to say, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, we're gonna get $500 million if we just we take the link from NFL Network and we share that link. You're telling me that nobody's willing to make that deal? That's crazy. Of course, this business will work. Go ahead, Wild Dog. Wild Dog, are you muted? I think you're muted.
Yeah, I wasn't the one giving feedback. So in the NBA and the NHL, game times, these kind of moves are made all the time. The NFL is just like an old man and a good old boys club behind the times. They make so much money that they can get away with bad business. But in the NBA, the shift would have been made right away. In the NHL, the time's going to change. This going to change to whatever to optimize TV ratings. So it's nothing normal that hasn't been done in other sports.
Exactly, like they do it all the time.
And even in baseball, you will get a delay. In baseball, it's designed in. Oh, you're gonna have a delay. This game is hot, so you are not going to be broadcasting.
And peep this. Let's say a celebrity announces on their social that they're going to be showing up to that game. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you get on the phone right quick. They'll be like, hold up. The celebrity's going to be there. So now more people going to want to watch that. They're bringing 60 million people from their social. You know what? Call my guy up at ESPN right now. Let him know I'll give him 2 stacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him know I'll give him 2 stacks and I owe him 1. Let's get this game out there because we know that revenue sharing is something that everybody does and everybody can eat because a percentage of something is better than 0. Trust me. That's a business model that all of these broadcast people do all the time because you see news that
the whole pie,
right?
Or percentage, or you want a slice of the bacon?
A slice of the big, right?
You take a slice.
Look at Shedeur's prime equity contract. They sold $250 million worth of his jersey, and he made $15 million from that.
Just from that. Yeah,
that's right.
But also on a much smaller scale, on a much smaller level, when I was working cops in Orange County, we had a contract to do high school football games every Friday night, and it was really going really, really good. You know, they were feeding us, and after the game and the whole thing. ESPN, because it was so popular, ESPN came in and they bought out our contract. I think they paid $9 million, I believe. And so guess what happened to Willie? Willie ain't got no job now. Cock came up, and at least I was part of one transaction when they bought the company out.
He said in the third person, Willie ain't got no job now.
Willie ain't got no because ESPN. This is why even though I worked for ESPN too at one point, these suckers they knocked me out of a job, bro. So contracts, they can be bought out. They can buy these things out.
You don't even gotta buy the contract out. All you gotta do is just do a broadcast. Do a link deal. Do a broadcast. I don't know the terminology. I'm sorry, but do a broadcast a joint deal. You can share revenue.
Yeah, they wasn't sharing with us. Sharing with me.
They're not going to share with you, Willie. You ain't got enough. You ain't got enough clout.
I was good at what I was doing. I was good. Hey, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, let's finish the show with let's pick them real quick. There's some games going on. Are we in week 0? When was week 0? Has it happened already, or did I miss it?
I think it starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow's week 0.
Yeah, I think
tonight's Friday.
There are 2 teams playing overseas.
Oh, you got Iowa State and you got Kansas State.
Yes, they're playing overseas tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah. Where are they playing?
Yeah,
Where are they playing?
They're going to be playing in Ireland. Is it Ireland?
Is it Ireland?
Yeah, I think it's Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin, yeah, they're playing in Dublin, yeah.
All right, so let's pick them real quick so we can get up out of here. Actually, you know what? I wanted to talk about like because anybody got information on teams because on teams supposed to be making their final cuts. Are they going to be making their final cuts on the on or after? Like, are they making it after the third game? Most teams are making their cuts after the third game, right?
By 4 p.m. Monday.
Okay, so we'll start.
By 4 p.m.
Information
Monday.
will start trickling down on the Louis boys because I'm definitely keeping track of the Louis boys and seeing who's making the team and who's not. And somebody said earlier that they heard something that Jimmy Horn was about to get cut. Has anybody else heard that?
No, I doubt that.
I heard that, but Shedeur, not Shedeur, but Shiloh was having some issues with that.
That's usually a spot that's cut. So that's all that's about.
You said Shiloh was having what issue?
Have some issues with tackling, you know. There's had some fans was going on because he missed a couple of tackles. So obviously it wasn't more just one tackle, but he had some of the same issues at CU. You know, not wrapping up tackling and stuff. So I'm hoping that he can get that worked out, but that was the last I heard on that. Hopefully, he can make the team and still improve on that. You know.
Yeah, and I hear all that, Willie, but it really boils down to the fact that they've said he's shown well. He's a rookie. Remember that. So he's a rookie, and they said he's shown well. But the overwhelming factor is that they may not just have room for him. If they don't have room for him, they don't have room for him. So when you're undrafted free agent, right, and you're a defensive player, you go to a defensive-minded team with the best coaches, so you can develop and then get some exposure. So what Shiloh has done is put some good things on tape, so he can possibly land somewhere else that needs a safety.
Right.
So it's not really about being a Buccaneer. It's about getting somewhere where you can develop more in a short time and get some good things on tape and then land somewhere that needs you. I think he's done that.
You know, but Wild Dog, the thing that bothers me when I heard that, well, that was some of the knock they had on Shedeur when people get mad at it. He wasn't wrapping up, he wasn't tackling right. He missed a couple of key. He made a lot of tackles, but then there were key tackles that he missed. So that's how I kind of reflected back on that.
Yeah.
Wow, well, I've heard that before, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel you, but he's a rookie, so that's to be expected. If you have a rookie that doesn't make any mistakes, it's like, well, yeah, that's just undrafted free agent doesn't make any mistakes. That's just unheard of. Yeah. But like someone just said, someone just put up that they had 5 safeties, but they usually only keep 2. So
that was DC.
That's the issue.
Yeah. So
again,
I mean, I see either practice squad or he's going to be going to a different team.
Yeah, the key is exposure. It's not about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're a defensive player. You go to a defensive-oriented team with great secondary coaches, right? And you put on some good tape, and you may stay or you may land somewhere, but the key is exposure. Right.
Now I heard the Steelers may be interested in Shiloh too.
Hey, y'all keep ignoring what I got on the board, man. Let's address this and then man. You're not gonna keep ignoring me. All right, we got Iowa State Cyclones.
Harry, you could just leave, man, and just leave.
I know, just leave the computer on.
You don't have to be here, man.
Y'all just gonna have your little side conversation and just ignore that I'm running the show here.
Yeah, you can just turn the stream card on and do your thing and just let us have it. You know?
Hey.
Oh man! So this is a Big 12. Both of these teams are Big 12 teams. So okay, so the Big 12 is coming in. So one of these teams are gonna have their record, starting 0-1 or 1-0 in the Big 12. We got the Iowa State Cyclones and we got the Kansas State Wildcats. Who you got? We're gonna start with Ron. Is Ron still here? Or did he bounce?
Yeah, I am.
All right, who you got? Let's pick them. This is Big 12 football now, so y'all should know a little bit about these teams.
Iowa State. K-State beat us last year, so I'm going with Iowa State. Out of revenge.
Well, they're a sleeper. They were a sleeper last year, right?
Yeah. People slept on them because, hey.
So many people slept on this team. I kept telling Wildo, I kept telling them, I was like, hey, man, Y'all might want to pay attention to Iowa State. Like the middle ground teams, I kept saying, hey, man, y'all might want to pay attention to these teams. All right, Willie, who you got, brother? We got Peter Investor, got Iowa State. Oh, everybody's feeling, y'all feeling Iowa State like that. Okay. Willie, who you got?
I'm going to go with K-State. I don't like either one of the teams because we played one of them this year. We're going to play K-State. They've got the same quarterback that they high on. You got to remember, this is the first game. Everybody's still coming together. I'm going to go.
You talking about Kansas State with the quarterback, AJ? Avery Johnson?
Yeah, they got the same quarterback.
Yeah, Avery Johnson is coming into himself. Yep, he's coming into himself. He's like junior now, right?
Yeah, but I think I'm big on our defense this year. I think our defense gonna give him hell.
You're an Iowa State fan? You said our defense. We talking about Iowa State and K-State. Why you say our? One of these is your team?
No. I'm sorry. I was just expecting.
Really fast forward to the CU.
Willie cannot leave CU alone.
No. He's trying to confuse me. Okay. I won't bring CU in this. I'm just gonna say.
I was like, wait, who's our? Where we at?
Because I know we play K-State. I know we're going to play.
Yeah, we're not talking about CU right now. We're talking about pick 'em. We're picking them.
I know. My bad.
All right, hold up. Bandwagon Brown says Kansas State for the win. I want K-State to be ranked high so CU can get revenge at the end of the year. Oh, you got a motive. I like motives. I like it. That's a real football fan right there. When they think real deep down the road, they're like, yeah, I want you to be as ranked as high as you want to be when we put that on you. Okay, I see what you're doing there. But who you got, Willie? Who did you say you had?
K-State.
You got K-State. All right, Wild Dog. Who you got, brother?
Hey, if I remember correctly, K-State lost their star running back to the draft, I believe, right? And so
was that what was his name? Somebody please tell me his name.
Devin
Neal was with Kansas, right? Not K-State.
Okay.
Right? Devin Neal was Kansas.
I might be getting it mixed up. So
because I think Devin Neal, no. Both of those teams had great running backs. So no, you're right. But I think one of the running back was Devin Neal. He was with Kansas. That's where Shiloh came up with the prayer. I think it was Kansas. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Shiloh's prayer came from Kansas. Right. But K-State had our old quarterback. Our old running back, that young bull who left. I forget his name real quick.
Dylan Gabriel.
Not Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel.
No, not Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Edwards.
Dylan Edwards.
Yeah.
Dylan Edwards, and then who's the other guy? Come on, Giddens. DJ Giddens. Thank you very much. Giddens. Yeah. So you're right.
Giddens going to the draft, or he's still there?
No, Giddens is out of there. Giddens was an upperclassman.
I thought he left. So
he's with the coach right now. Unspoken Sports Podcast. What up with you, man? Hope all is well. So Giddens.
Giddens got drafted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, don't worry, we're all learning. So we're still learning here. So we're trying to keep up with the names. So go ahead, Wild Dog.
I'm just doing the best I can here. So
go ahead.
I understand they have a good running back core with their running back team, but with losing Giddings, okay, and then being ranked 17th at 22, these teams are on par. And then I'm looking at they're playing in a neutral territory, but overseas.
Yeah, I'm
just automatically going to give it to the graduate students at Iowa State. They got dudes who've been playing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
They're bringing back a lot of those on.
Let me give it to the graduate students at Ohio State to handle the travel and playing in Dublin, Ireland, better than the young, talented bucks at K-State.
Hey, didn't we say that last year about was it BYU who had like all of the grad students?
Yeah, similar. They similarly have career college players.
Oh, okay. So you're saying Iowa State, the Cyclones are coming back because they made their push late in the season. And next thing you know, you started hearing the Cyclones, and then they came up. But K-State seems to have the name and the power, but I think I might side with Wild Dog. I think Iowa State might start off this season not trying to play from behind. I think they learned their lesson from last year, and they're gonna have a great start. But I don't know if Edward. So who they got now? Like I know Dylan Edwards. He's gonna be bigger and he's an upperclassman now. But
K-State has a better quarterback overall. They have the better talent, but the team, Iowa State always has a solid team, and they have guys that stick around and play for them. So
and then they go to Rutgers and beat Rutgers.
You know,
they beat my New York team, and like. They ran them. K-State got a good transfer running back from Nebraska named Gabe Irvin.
Transfer come in. Okay.
Yeah, but is he getting ish?
But
that's what I need to know. Like, is he getting ish? Is he a prayer running back?
I mean,
is he a prayer running back?
I mean, I could be missing something, but I mean, I try to keep a 1K running back list, and I don't think he's on it.
No. But hey, we can reverse engineer this. Let's reverse engineer this through Colorado. This Gabe Irvin, how did he do against Colorado? Because if he's a transfer running back, number one, Nebraska did not want him. Number two, we probably played him, right? Yeah. And I don't remember any running back giving us the prayer fingers. I don't remember any Gabe Irvin being talked about highly at Colorado when we played Nebraska.
At this time, it's not ringing a bell, but
yeah, I'm not buying it, bro.
The chat can help us, but it's not ringing a bell. I mean,
DC said he's a halfback and can run you over. Yeah, but he ain't no Giddens. He ain't no Giddens. You feel me? Like. Yeah, he's a halfback.
With K-State, I anticipate Dylan Edwards having a breakout year this year.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But I'm very skeptical, and I'm very I want to hold that to the chest. I don't know if that's going to happen. Well, I mean, he did show off with Rutgers in that bowl game
throughout the year. He had spurts throughout the year last year, but it was nothing consistent.
Yeah.
But I'm anticipating him. People will be talking about him this year. I really am. He's just that good. He's just that good.
It's possible that he's gotten bigger. So you know what, man? You know what? I'm going to go K-State. I would say K-State.
No, I still want Iowa State to win it.
Yeah, I would say K-State. So how many Iowa States we got?
K-State, but yeah,
K-State is a safe pick. So I'm Iowa State. I mean, I'm K-State. Willie's K-State, and both of y'all are Iowa States.
Yeah, I'm going with Iowa State. But I'm the wild dog, so that's
all right. So we split. We need a tiebreaker. Let's go to the chat. Money in the middle. Are you Monique or Money in the middle? Are you K-State? Just choose. Even if you don't know the teams, just give me a name. K-State or Iowa State? Money in the middle. We need a tiebreaker. So whenever you can, if you're working or not, I don't know, but whenever you can, give me a name. Do you want K-State or do you want Iowa State Cyclones?
Or DC's in the chat.
No, I don't want DC's. I don't want DC's. I want Money in the middle. I want somebody that probably don't know the teams.
We want DC. We want DC.
I don't want DC.
I want Alabama.
Yeah, I want somebody that may not know the teams. I want a fair tiebreaker. I don't want this to be too thought out.
Hey, Surfer Boy's in there. Surfer Boy's probably
Surfer Boy's gonna be. This is gonna come with a thought. I don't want it to be too thought out. I need somebody that's and this is nothing against you, Money in the Middle. If you know if this is your team, then let me know. Then I'll go to somebody else. I'm not trying to say you don't know football. I'm just saying you. Oh, okay. So Selmo's a Big Ten Ohio State. Oh, okay. Well, obviously, do we got Kansas State or not Kansas, but Kansas State. All right, so we got Kansas State. We got K-State. So Money in the Middle says, I knew I got the right person. She said, Kansas. It's K-State, but I'll take Kansas. That's our tiebreaker right there. Oh, you know the Big 12? Then why are you saying Kansas? It's K-State because there is a Kansas in the Big 12 too.
Yeah, we got to keep it straight now.
Yeah, we got to make sure we know who we're talking about. So, all right. So, anyways, I'm going to just assume you're saying K-State. So, all right, K-State's going to – so, we got K-State. So, the game what time is the game? Is it on here? Okay, so noon is going to be 12 p.m. So, you just got to do the calculations as your AI assistant to give you the calculations for your for whatever area you're living in.
As long as one of the teams takes an L, we'll be all right.
Right, exactly. Yo, so this is 12 p.m. I hope I don't miss this because I'll probably be staying up late tonight and then waking up mad late. By the time I wake up, the game is probably going to be over. But I think K-State's going to win. Because AJ, look, man, the storylines that you got to think about. Will Howard won the national championship. Avery Johnson and Will Howard were battling for the first string quarterback. Avery Johnson beats out Will Howard. Will Howard goes over to Ohio, wins the national championship. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if you can glean off of that the quality of quarterback we're talking about in Avery Johnson.
Yeah,
but it makes sense, right? He's a quarterback that is probably going to go, if you were to guess, maybe second or third round. Whenever he's ready. I would say maybe second or third round because Will Howard's out there. So, I mean, he did make it to the NFL so, by the skin of his teeth. For you to win a natty and nobody cares, whew,
hey,
boy, that's a pill. That is a red pill hard to swallow, boy, I tell you.
Hey, because a lot of those blue chip teams, they don't need the best quarterback.
I know, man.
All the best players in every other position. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hey, let me just throw this out there before we go. How y'all feel about Nebraska? And Wild Dog, calm down. I know that. I know that's a Colorado rival, and you've been a Colorado fan since the 80s. But I want you to take this in stride. Take this question in stride. All right? I think it's Josh Payton.
Is on this American flag.
All right. Take this question in stride, Wild Dog. So DC, okay. So DC, we might have to have a fair little bet. You thinking fifth round for Avery Johnson? I'm thinking second. Maybe not second is too much. I'm thinking I'm thinking second or third round for Avery because this season I think he's going to do something special this season. All right, Wild Dog. What do you think about Nebraska being in the talks of actually breaking out this season? Because I think Josh Pate or whoever is thinking like this is the year that Matt Rule finally puts it together and might be in the mix. It might even make the playoff or go all the way. What are your thoughts, Wild Dog? Let me go to you first.
And breaking out to what?
I just said it. Don't play with me. They might be in the mix, making the playoff or even going all the way, I said.
Being ranked,
I said take it in stride, Wild Dog, because you're seeing red right now.
Being ranked in the top 25, yes.
No. Answer the question I just put on the table. I said making the playoff or even going all the way. I said take it in stride. Slow it down, Wild Dog. I know they're Colorado's rival, even though they don't play them in the next couple of years.
Their defense won't be enough for the playoff, no.
Okay.
So I would them having a breakout season, I wouldn't define necessarily as the playoff, but that's just me. And so I would say, with everything going on with all the teams and the atmosphere changing, a lot of these blue chip teams are just slow to adjust. The name and the money is just not enough. So no, not in my opinion.
So you don't think Matt Rule is ready for that? He's not ready for that pain.
Oh, they got a coach. Don't get that mistaken. They got a coach. They have a coach. That's not what the issue lies.
The issue is talent.
You know,
Hey, Ronte, you got a thought on that?
So I see them play
That rule,
and then continue to build up, but the playoffs are making a push of doing it. And all that stuff. That's like old people from the 1990s and 80s talking about Nebraska. That's not 2025 realistic.
Yeah, that's not right now.
That's not right now, dog.
You think those are nostalgia talks?
That's a whole bunch of nostalgia, which is being played out. Which is why the Big Ten is running things, because you forget about the Big Ten teams, right? But when you want to start and you want a proper culture and you want to start, you got lots of other options.
That is true. And everybody running to the SEC may not be the place for you
Big
to be.
Ten is running things right now.
Yeah.
Period.
Hey, Ronte, the question I was saying, do you have a thought on I think it's Josh Pate that's got Nebraska in the mix like late in the season. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that, and then I'll get Tennis's thought.
Nebraska. Hey, listen, Nebraska to me is on the way up.
Yeah.
They're on the mend, so I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't in the mix next year. And because Matt Rule's really got that program, trending up. So I just think that you know how it is. You lose close. When you're losing, you lose close, and then you win close, and then you break out.
Yeah, you put it all together. And his quarterback, Dylan Ravioli, as I call him, his brother is playing in Georgia. He's a 3-star recruit that's going to be playing. That's going to be going to Nebraska, I think, next year. So Dylan's going to have his little brother as his backup.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome.
Who did it beat? Did they win that game? Yeah, I think they won their season opener, if I'm not mistaken. All right, guys, let's get final thoughts. Let's get up out of here. Unless is there anything I haven't addressed? Is there anything
you didn't let me say my piece on
Willie. I'm sorry, Willie.
I can't believe you did that.
I know, my bad. I said let's get Willie's thought on
You might well put me on mute, man.
Yeah, Willie, what do you know about Nebraska? Get out of here. Stop playing with me, Willie.
We might well put me on mute.
You're a Colorado fan. You ain't about to be talking about no Nebraska. Right now, we are blasphemy.
It's funny you should ask that to talk about bring Nebraska.
We are blaspheming right now. We don't talk about Nebraska.
Well, no, listen, because I was doing some study on Nebraska. Look at them, because they won 10-3 last year. They had a record of 10-3 with a freshman quarterback.
No, they weren't no 10-2.
They were 10-3. I just
no, they weren't.
Nebraska
was not 10-3. Nebraska was not 10-3, Willie. Willie, they were not. They barely made the ball game. They only won 7. I think it was 6 or 7.
Okay, then I read it wrong, but I want you to.
Yeah, of course you read it wrong, Willie. Come on now.
Somebody.
Your AI is messing you up, Willie.
Then AI told this lie. Well, let me tell you what they said. It was Nebraska was 10-3 last year. Ravioli, I'm gonna call him Ravioli, threw for 11 interceptions, 13 touchdowns. We had over 2,000 some yards. Now, if it's a lie, they told it. I'm just reading the lie. So if I go
where are you getting the information from, Willie?
Listen. I'm telling you where I read it at.
Where did you read that from?
Now listen, let me finish. You want me if I go based on that, okay? If I go based on that,
okay, here it goes, Willie. Here it goes, right here. It's right there in front of you. Just read it. I got it highlighted for you, right there.
What?
You see it? It's right on your screen.
Well, then what they said, and this is why I tell you about AI. You go to reading that BS.
That's what I can tell you, Willie. Don't come on here. Don't come on here and spread no lies, Willie. We're gonna pull your car.
No, I'm telling. Listen. Then we all gotta be careful. That's
what I said. We all.
Hey, that's why we gotta help each other out. That's why we gotta help.
They were talking about ravioli. I'm telling you what I read, and I know I ain't crazy. I may be a lot of things, but crazy I am not.
You ain't crazy, but we gotta make sure we keep each other accountable here. They did not win no 10 games.
Okay, so based on the information, based on the new information I've just received, which seems to be accurate, they're gonna struggle. Even because now your quarterback, who was a freshman last year, he's gonna be a sophomore this year. I don't know. Who can say what they're gonna do?
Yo, DC is lining you up in the chat. He said you're using Snoogle, not Google.
No, listen, guys. I don't have to sit up here and tell you guys no lie, but I'm telling you just what I just read.
We just having fun, Willie. Don't even take it personal. We just having fun with it.
I know, but I'm just telling you what I read. So that should tell the chat, should tell everybody. That should tell the chat, should tell everybody, be careful what you read.
Hey,
I probably read a lie.
I ain't saying nothing. I had to have help remembering Giddings' name of all people. I had to have help remembering his name. So
no, I mean, I can't even hold it on anybody because, first of all, you're trying to remember all the players on your own team, let alone trying to remember everybody else.
Hey, Harry B, as soon as we get off here, I get Friday Night Lights in Texas, high school football. So it's
starting, right? It has begun.
Yeah, I'll cover high school. Football,
hey, let me get everybody to clap on the panel. Football's back. Come on, come on, man. Y'all do me a favor. Let's get an all around clap. All right, come on. Put some hands in the chat. Let's get a clap for everybody. As football is back. Okay, come on, guys. Let's go.
You know what, Harry? That's some scary stuff, man.
What's scary? It's beautiful.
No, that's some scary stuff there, man. I gave you guys information that I read, and it's not true.
Based on what year? Remember, Wild Dog was telling you back in the day when Nebraska was good. You was probably reading all the information.
No. It was about the freshman quarterback this year. It was about the freshman quarterback.
He's probably talking about somebody's prediction.
I know. It blended erroneous information with factual information.
I know.
I'm telling you guys what I'm read. So hey,
I know. We believe you, Willie. We know we believe you, man.
We ain't saying you rest. You weren't reading something. I'm just saying, look.
We laughing with you,
Oregon,
man. In there.
Oregon overall was 13-1 in the Big Ten. 11-2 was Indiana. And this is one of the sleeper teams right here. Indiana, my Hoosiers. This is my newest team right here. Because you got to keep in mind, as a content creator, for me to expand, I gotta learn some new teams so that I can bring content for them. So I'm learning Indiana. Was there anybody else? I already know a little bit about Nebraska, and Nebraska's fans, even though they are CU's rival, Nebraska's fans are the most sophisticated, and they travel well all over the internet. Anytime I post any type of Nebraska content, bro, it can be inadvertently, I get thousands of views. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why? This is Nebraska. Why am I getting so much views on this thing? Yeah. Nebraska fans travel well on foot, right, when they go to the games, and they travel well on the internet. They are always looking for content for their team. So if I add any other team, I know that they are the rival, but look, I ain't rivaling myself. I gotta eat. So I might just add Nebraska as a content creator. So I got Indiana. Yeah. I'm never gonna do Oregon. Come on now. With Dan Lenny, I ain't never doing Oregon. Yeah. Like, he became an enemy. Yeah. Like, he might as well be Nebraska right. He might as well be with Nebraska right now.
Yeah, might as well be.
All right. Final thoughts. Let's get up out of here. Let's go watch some football. I'll probably come on tomorrow so I can do another round table, but let's go ahead and start backwards. Ron Tate, you go first, brother.
Well, I just want to say, I think in the beginning, you're giving those people too much grace. Rely on the stats and data that you have. And if they don't believe that, let them go. Let them go. No, you need. Yeah, well, that's sharp enough right there.
That's right.
So
I'm gonna cut him. I'm gonna cut somebody with this.
And one other thing about Coach Prime, I'm looking for them. People are, kind of writing them off this year as going 50-50 at best in some cases, but I think they're going to surprise a lot of people this year.
I want to see how Coach Prime does. I want to see how he does without his kids.
Right.
I'm really interested in this season for Colorado because this is the first time Coach Prime actually gets to coach somebody else, and whatever biases he may have had for his kids, he got to throw all that stuff out the window and really coach it up. So, all right, Willie, you're next, brother. Final thoughts.
But Coach Prime only had 2 kids. Come on, that played.
Travis Hunter was one of his kids.
He's a great kid.
Travis Hunter was one of his kids. So he had Travis Hunter, he got Shedeur, and he had Shiloh.
All right, we'll see then. Well, let's see.
Yeah, now that he ain't got those, let's see if he can coach a bunch of what would you call it, Wild Dog? A bunch of regulars. So now he got he got a bunch of warm bodies now. Let's see if he can really coach.
I want to
go ahead, Willie. You can add your Coach Prime warm and fuzzies in your final thoughts. So I'll just do you the favor right here. Go ahead, add that.
You said
add your Coach Prime warm and fuzzies in your final thoughts. You got the mic. Go ahead.
What the heck? Where has the show gone, man? When I know it's been gone a while. Where has the show gone?
Willie, you ain't been around, man. We upgraded, man. We added.
Good Lord, I'm at the wrong place. But look, oh God, now I forgot what I wanted to say. Jeez. I'm like, okay. No, but let's great show. I'm looking forward to seeing some great things from CU. I mean, Shedeur's gonna do well. I don't know what else to say now, man.
Any predictions? Shedeur doesn't make that team. Any predictions? Shedeur Shedeur's gonna get. They're gonna waive Shedeur. Any predictions on that?
I hope he don't make the team. I hope they cut him and he goes to Canada and play. Go to the Canadian League.
He's swinging.
They're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him. Well, Warren Moon did it. Warren Moon went to Canada, played, came back to the NFL. Let him wish for us to do it.
Those times were different. Right now, you want to stay in the NFL. Hey, Willie, are you done? Are you done? Because I kind of stepped on your final thoughts there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. Great show, man. Good job.
Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming on. All right, Wild Dog, you get the final thoughts, brother.
Hey, so I'm just gonna, you had kind of wrapped up the Eric Dickerson thing. I just want to make some clear points here. Eric Dickerson is a 65-year-old Hall of Famer. And so, you have to toe the line with the NFL if you want to operate. But it comes a point as a black man and as a journalist, a talking head, where your integrity convicts you. That's the word I'm looking for. When your integrity convicts you to step out with the truth. And we already know in court more than once the NFL has been found guilty of collusion. And so the accusations of the NFL are just going to keep coming because they've been found guilty in court of collusion, and all the rumors and the hearsay and the whispers from all the years of the NFL.
Wait, you got a reference to when they were found guilty? Because I don't do this in the final thoughts, but
yes, it keeps it hush, really, because Harry B, because the issue is not them being found of collusion. The issue is them being rewarded any penalties. The issue is penalties.
Yeah, I know with the Colin Kaepernick, there was a settlement. I know with the quarterbacks,
Jackson, they've been found guilty of collusion, but the issue is the penalty. So if there's no penalty on the NFL, it's like, why are they in this country? It's like, well, they really guilty of? Well, they're guilty, but there's no penalty then it dies.
Yeah.
It's dead. Then nobody wants to talk about it. So that's 2 points where they were found guilty. And there's another one. Okay? So all you got to do is be found guilty of one, and it's confirmation of all the history and the rumors and this and that. So me, I got to tote the line and be careful what I say. I got youth I'm trying to get equipment for. I got programs I'm trying to get funded. So whatever thread of tether I have to the Cowboys and NFL, I'm trying to keep it for the benefit of the youth. And I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm proud of Eric Dickerson, right, for protecting his source, but then sticking his neck out for the truth so we can clear the air and move on. It is what it is. It's not hype. It's not conjecture. He's confirming what we've already known, and we've known how they've operated forever. And I'll leave it at that, brother. Now it's time for some Friday Night Lights. See ya.
Harry, I did want to say one other thing. I want to encourage everybody that's in the chat to look up the Budweiser lizard. I'll crack you up. Look it up, Budweiser lizard.
Hey, Blizzard. Hey, man. Ron Tate, thank you for coming on. Tennis Tent, thank you for coming on. Everybody, I thank you for coming on, man. Football season starts now. Let's enjoy it, guys. God bless. Peace out. All right, guys. Take care, guys. Peace.